What's up, Dub Nation? If you're a true Golden State Warriors fan and want to stay up to date with all the latest news, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us grow and keeps you in the loop with everything happening in the Warriors world. Now let's get into today's big story, Jimmy Butler's shocking move to Golden State and what it means for the team. The NBA world was stunned when Jimmy Butler joined the Golden State Warriors in a blockbuster trade. While many fans speculated that Memphis could be a possible landing spot for Butler, reports suggest that he never seriously considered playing for the Grizzlies. Instead, he set his sights on San Francisco, shifting the balance of power in the Western Conference. Before Butler's arrival, the Warriors weren't seen as top-tier contenders. But with him in the lineup, things have changed dramatically. Since he joined the squad, the Warriors have been on an incredible 16-3 run, proving that Butler's impact is more than just hype. But why did Butler reject Memphis? Former NBA player Tony Allen shared some insight, explaining that superstars often prefer major markets like Miami, Los Angeles, and New York, where they get more visibility and commercial opportunities. Memphis, despite its grit and grind culture, has struggled to attract top-level stars. This isn't the first time a big-name player turned down Memphis. Andre Iguodala also refused to play for the Grizzlies when he was traded there years ago. While market size played a role, Butler's move to Golden State was also about one thing: winning championships. How Butler transforms the Warriors. By adding Butler, the Warriors instantly improved on both ends of the floor. His elite defense, leadership, and ability to create his own shot bring a new dynamic to the team. Golden State now looks like a serious contender again, forcing other teams to rethink their strategies. But this move raises a big question. What's next for the Warriors? The Buddy Hield dilemma: stay or go? Another major topic surrounding Golden State is Buddy Hield's future with the team. Brought in to provide three-point shooting and complement Stephen Curry, Hield started the season strong. In October, he shot 50% from three. In November, he maintained a solid 41.4%. December, 30.5%. January, 31.5%. For a team that thrives on perimeter shooting, that kind of drop-off is a big problem. Although he rebounded slightly in February and March, 37%, it's unclear if he still has the full trust of the coaching staff. This leaves the Warriors with a tough decision. Should they move on from Hield? Reports suggest that the Warriors may explore trading him in the offseason. Names like Cameron Johnson and Michael Porter Jr. have surfaced as potential targets, both offering reliable shooting and better defensive presence than Hield. Who could replace Hield? Cameron Johnson, Brooklyn Nets, a strong three-point shooter who also brings defensive versatility. Michael Porter Jr., Denver Nuggets, a lethal shooter with size, though injuries have been a concern. Financially, Hield's $9.2 million contract is movable, giving the Warriors flexibility in trade discussions. But will they make a move or give him another chance? Even with Butler on board, the Warriors still have some gaps, particularly in the frontcourt. The team could target a dominant center to solidify the paint. Jarrett Allen, Cleveland Cavaliers, a rim protector and defensive anchor. Myles Turner, Indiana Pacers, a shot-blocking big man who can also stretch the floor. Another intriguing possibility, Pascal Siakam. Adding him would bring versatility, defense, and scoring in the paint, making life easier for both Butler and Curry. However, to make a big move, the Warriors would have to give up assets. Would they trade a young player like Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, or Trace Jackson Davis? Or could they find a way to add talent without sacrificing their future? Golden State knows that the Western Conference is as competitive as ever. The Denver Nuggets are still the reigning champions, with Nikola Jokic dominating. The Phoenix Suns have a dangerous trio with Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. The Los Angeles Lakers may be inconsistent, but LeBron James and Anthony Davis remain playoff threats. If the Warriors truly want to chase another ring, they must continue making smart moves. Could Kai Sotto join the Warriors? Another name generating buzz is Filipino sensation Kai Sotto. At 7'3", with a unique skill set, Sotto has shown potential as an offensive and defensive presence. But is he ready for the NBA? The transition to the league is a challenge, and Sotto will need time to adjust to the speed and physicality of the game. However, if the Warriors take a chance on him, he could bring excitement and a massive global following to the team. The NBA landscape has been completely shaken by Jimmy Butler's decision to join the Golden State Warriors. His arrival wasn't just another blockbuster trade. It was a move that immediately changed the balance of power in the Western Conference. For much of the season, the Warriors were seen as a fringe playoff contender, a team that could make noise but wasn't necessarily viewed as a serious threat for the championship. Stephen Curry, while still playing at an elite level, had struggled to carry the team single-handedly, especially as Klay Thompson and Draymond Green battled inconsistency and injuries. The lack of a true second star had put a cap on their title hopes. Enter Jimmy Butler. Since Butler's arrival, the Warriors have looked like a completely different team. Their record with Butler on the roster has skyrocketed, and more importantly, their defensive intensity and overall competitiveness have reached new heights. Butler's presence adds an element that Golden State had been missing since the prime years of Andre Iguodala, a two-way superstar who can take on elite assignments on defense, while also creating his own shot in clutch situations. Beyond just stats, Butler brings a mentality that perfectly aligns with the Warriors' championship DNA. He's a fierce competitor, a relentless worker, and a player who thrives in big moments. His leadership could be the missing piece in ensuring the Warriors make one final deep playoff run before their veteran core ages out of contention. However, the biggest question remains, was Butler's move to Golden State the best decision for him? Many fans and analysts speculated that Memphis was a potential landing spot, as the Grizzlies had been building a strong core with Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson Jr. However, reports suggest that Butler never truly considered Memphis an option. Why? Former NBA player Tony Allen believes it's about market size and exposure. The NBA's biggest stars often gravitate towards cities with larger media markets, endorsement opportunities, and stronger business connections. Memphis, while a passionate basketball city, doesn't offer the same visibility as places like Miami, Los Angeles, or San Francisco. But was it purely a financial and branding decision, or did Butler see something in Golden State that Memphis couldn't offer? The Warriors' proven ability to win championships may have been the biggest factor. Despite their recent struggles, they have a track record of success, and with Butler now alongside Curry, they are once again legitimate contenders. While Butler's arrival has been a major success, not every player on the Warriors roster has benefited from the team's changes. One of the biggest question marks heading into the offseason is the future of Buddy Hield. Hield was brought in to provide elite shooting and complement Curry's game. In the early months of the season, he looked like the perfect fit. His three-point shooting was deadly, hitting 50% in October and maintaining a strong 41.4% in November. Fans were excited, believing the Warriors had found another perimeter sniper to bolster their offense, but then the cold streak hit. In December and January, Hield's three-point percentage dropped dramatically to around 30%. For a Warriors team built around elite shooting, that type of inconsistency is a major issue. While he rebounded slightly in February and March, raising his shooting back to 37%, the coaching staff and front office still have concerns. The problem isn't just shooting percentages, it's reliability. Can the Warriors count on Hield to deliver in high-pressure moments, particularly in the playoffs? So far, he hasn't fully regained the trust of Steve Kerr and the coaching staff. This uncertainty has led to speculation that the Warriors may move on from Hield in the offseason. His $9 million contract is relatively easy to move, and Golden State may look for a more well-rounded player who can contribute not just as a shooter, but also defensively. Names like Cameron Johnson and Michael Porter Jr. have emerged as potential targets. Johnson offers a strong three-point shot, but also brings defensive versatility that Hield lacks. Porter Jr., despite injury concerns, is an elite scorer who could fit seamlessly into the Warriors' system. The biggest challenge? The Warriors' financial situation. With high salaries already clogging the payroll, they may need to clear cap space before making any major moves. The front office has already shown a willingness to make bold decisions, and if Hield doesn't step up in the playoffs, his departure could be inevitable. While adding Butler was a massive step in the right direction, the Warriors still have gaps to fill if they want to reclaim their spot at the top of the NBA. One area of concern is frontcourt depth. Golden State has struggled with interior defense and rebounding in recent years, and they may need to address that if they want to compete against powerhouse teams like Denver and Phoenix. Two potential targets stand out: Jarrett Allen, an elite rim protector and rebounder who would provide much-needed defensive toughness in the paint. Myles Turner, a big man who can stretch the floor with his three-point shooting while still being a strong shot blocker. Another intriguing possibility is Pascal Siakam. A dynamic forward with championship experience, Siakam would give the Warriors another elite scorer while also adding defensive versatility. His ability to play both inside and outside could help free up Curry and Butler offensively. The biggest question is whether the Warriors have the assets to make a major trade. Would they be willing to part ways with young players like Jonathan Kuminga or Moses Moody to bring in another star? And how would these moves affect the team's long-term future? Beyond trades and big-name acquisitions, the Warriors are also exploring intriguing international talent. One name that has recently surfaced in rumors is Kai Sotto, a 7'2" Filipino prospect with a unique skill set. Sotto has the size and offensive versatility to be an interesting addition to the Warriors. He's more than just a traditional big man. He has solid footwork, a developing three-point shot, and a high basketball IQ. However, the question remains, is he ready for the NBA? The transition to the NBA is brutal, especially for international prospects. The speed, physicality, and defensive intensity of the league are on a completely different level. Sotto will need time to adjust, and the Warriors may not have the patience to develop him if they're in win-now mode. That said, Sotto's potential impact goes beyond basketball. The Bay Area has a massive Filipino community, and his presence could energize the fan base and expand the Warriors' global reach. The NBA has been aggressively expanding its international influence, and adding Sotto could be a strategic business move as much as a basketball decision. If he does join the Warriors, his best chance of success will come from learning under veterans like Draymond Green and Kevon Looney. If he can prove he belongs, he might just carve out a role as a valuable rotational player. The Golden State Warriors made a blockbuster move by acquiring Jimmy Butler, a decision that has completely reshaped the NBA landscape. Prior to this trade, the Warriors were seen as a competitive but aging team, struggling to maintain their championship identity in a rapidly evolving Western Conference. But with Butler in the lineup, the perception of the franchise has shifted dramatically. Butler's impact is felt on multiple levels. First and foremost, he brings defensive intensity and leadership, something the Warriors had been lacking after the departure of key defensive stalwarts like Andre Iguodala and Kevin Durant in past years. His presence immediately bolsters the Warriors' perimeter defense, giving them another elite option to throw at opposing stars like Luka Doncic, Devin Booker, and Anthony Edwards. Offensively, Butler's game complements Stephen Curry in a unique way. Unlike the Warriors' traditional stars, who thrive off-ball and rely on movement shooting, Butler is a mid-range scorer who excels in isolation and creating offense in clutch moments. This addresses one of the Warriors' biggest weaknesses from previous seasons, having a reliable shot creator when defenses key in on Curry. The immediate results have been stunning. The team went on a 16-3 run following Butler's arrival, proving that his presence has elevated the squad beyond expectations. However, the question remains, did Butler make the best choice by picking Golden State over other teams? Reports suggest that Memphis was a potential landing spot, but Butler never entertained the idea of joining the Grizzlies. Why? It comes down to market size, culture, and championship aspirations. Memphis has a gritty, blue-collar mentality that doesn't always appeal to superstar players. The city lacks the major market appeal of places like Miami, Los Angeles, or New York, where branding opportunities are abundant. Moreover, Golden State provided a clearer path to contention. The Grizzlies have struggled with consistency in the playoffs, whereas the Warriors have championship DNA. Butler wanted to maximize his window for another ring, and joining forces with Curry gave him the best shot. Now, the ripple effects of this trade extend beyond Golden State. Other teams in the West must adjust their strategies to counter a Warriors squad that suddenly looks like a contender again. The Denver Nuggets, Phoenix Suns, and Oklahoma City Thunder are all keeping a close eye on how Butler fits, knowing that the balance of power in the West has shifted. The big question now is Butler enough to make the Warriors true title contenders, or do they need one more piece? That leads us to the next topic. When the Warriors acquired Buddy Hield, the idea was simple. Bring in an elite three-point shooter to complement Stephen Curry and bolster the team's perimeter offense. Initially, it looked like a perfect fit. October, Hield shot a blistering 50% from three, providing the kind of spacing that allowed Curry more freedom. November, he maintained a strong 4% from deep, keeping up his reputation as one of the league's premier sharpshooters. However, things took a sharp downturn in December and January. His three-point percentage dropped to 30.5% and 31.5%, a major concern for a team that relies on perimeter shooting to succeed. With Hield's shooting slump, opposing defenses stopped respecting him, clogging the lane for Curry and Butler. While he showed some improvement in February and March, raising his percentage back to around 37%, the inconsistency has left Warriors management questioning his long-term role. Given that Hield is 32 years old and has a $9.2 million contract, Golden State has the flexibility to move him if a better option becomes available. The Golden State Warriors have made bold moves, but they're not done yet. While Jimmy Butler's arrival has revitalized the team, questions remain about Buddy Hield's consistency, front-court depth, the team's ability to maximize Curry's remaining years. This offseason will be crucial as the Warriors determine if they can make one final championship push or if they need to rebuild around younger players. What do you think, Dub Nation? Should the Warriors go all in for another title or should they look towards the future? Let us know in the comments below.